this is Lady Boulain. I hope you're having a wonderful day. Thank you for your support. Thank you for subscribing to the channel. Thank you for your thumbs up, for your comments, and thank you for sharing the videos. Thank you for all you do to support the channel. And yes, we are commanded to love one another, whether we want to or not, or whether we agree with each other or not. And I promised you that I would do a video on the American Electoral College system this week. And this week is almost up, so I'm doing it now. I forgot it. And then it came to me this morning that I had said I was going to do this video. So I think it's important that we understand how the president is elected, because sometimes we think that it's elected by the majority vote or the popular vote. Most of the time it is. Most of the time our presidents are elected by the majority of Americans who voted in that election. But that's not always the case. In 2016, Hillary Clinton won the popular vote, but Donald Trump won the presidency because he won the electoral vote. And that's what I'm going to go over now. On the screen that's pointing to the popular vote, you will see under Donald Trump that he won 62,984,828 votes in that election. He got 46.1% of the total vote. Hillary Clinton won 65,853,514 votes. She got 48.2% of the total votes that were cast. So she won the popular vote, but we know that she did not win the election. If you look at the arrow where it says electoral votes, you will see that Donald Trump won 304 electoral votes and Hillary Clinton only won 227. It takes 270 electoral votes to win the presidency. So let's go over the electoral map. You will recognize this map. This is a map of the United States of America. The blue and the red represent the political party that the majority of people in that state would vote for in a presidential election. So even though you might vote Democratic in a red state, that state is going to turn up as red. Inside each state, you also see a number. And if you can't find your state on this map, you ought to be ashamed of yourself. But each state has a number, and that number represents the number of members of Congress coming from that state. The larger the population of a state, the more representatives they have. For instance, my home state is Alabama. So Alabama only has 9 representatives in Congress. If you're from the state of Texas, you have 38. If you're from the state of Illinois, you have 20. That's the way it goes. So when presidential election time comes around, the people in each state vote. When those votes are counted, even though a third of those people might be Democrats, but if 2/3 of the people in that state vote for the Republicans, then the Republican carries that state. So for instance, in Texas, with the 38 electoral votes, there are a lot of Democrats in Texas, but the majority of people in Texas are voting Republican. So what we say is the Republicans carried that state. In the state of New York, where they have 29 electoral votes, most of those people vote Democratic, but there are many who vote Republican. But the majority rules. So whichever party the majority of the people in that state vote for, that party carries that state. So the magic number is 270. The first candidate that gets to 270 electoral votes becomes the president. Once a candidate hits 270, it's over. There is no way for the other person to catch up. That is why you see them running all over the country trying to grab every vote that they can. Now, this is the map of the swing states or the battleground states for this 2024 election. The ones in blue, those states that are already in blue, they're already pretty sure that the Democrats are going to carry those states. The ones that are in red, they're pretty sure that the Republicans are going to carry those states. The ones in pink are leaning Republican. They believe, the people who do this, believe that the Republicans will carry those states, but they're not sure. They might swing either way. The ones in the light blue, they believe that the Democrats will carry those states, but they're not sure because they might go either way. Sometimes they go for the Democrats and sometimes they go for the Republicans. And the ones in purple are really swing states. They really don't know which way they'll go this time because they can't predict whether they're leaning Democratic or Republican. But those are the states that will decide the election. The ones in the light blue, the pink, and the purple. They are the ones that are going to decide this election. When this country was formed back in the 1700s, the idea was to have a balance of power. That is why each state has the same number of senators. Every state has 2 senators, but each state has representatives based on the population of that state. Looking at the map, you can see that California has more electoral votes than any other state, and that is because California has the largest population of any state in the United States. Alaska has the smallest population, so it only has 3 representatives, but all of them have 2 senators. That is called a balance of power. Some people would like to do away with the Electoral College and just go by the popular vote. But then the people in the smaller states really won't have a voice. And we all need to have a voice. We need to work it out so we can perfect the union so that everybody's voice is heard. Now, I'm in favor of the Electoral College. But what say you? Do you think we should have the Electoral College where everybody gets to have some input? Or do you think just the states with the largest populations should have the most say in the country? What say you? Thank you for listening. If you have some questions about this, just write them in the comment section and I'll do another video and do an update and maybe even do one during the election on Tuesday. So anyway, thank you for listening. Subscribe to the channel, leave a comment, and have a good day.